look, here is the data. Here are people that have done it really well. And here are the tools that you...
And I've had to cover backstory, like, mindset, all kinds of other things.
Ironically, for extroverts, they have to incorporate some of the introvert behavior. And that really means cave behavior, which means where possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, for example, the likes of Revolution, which came,
and I have to stop them and say, can you start using different language? Because actually, that language will program you better.
It's not like what I didn't do is play the victim role. In other words, everything is against me, me.
To do that now, the box is their core business. Right? So what are my adjacent businesses and models that I...
Fundamentally, you're making them feel valued and important. I mean, yes, we have to invest in them, but why do we invest? Because it makes them feel valued.
People that can see futures that are inspiring for their teams, for the people that follow them, the people they lead. And there's far too many leaders.
When I was trying to change things and move very quickly, people weren't necessarily coming with me, and I realized, much to my it was.
I have a home maybe out of it. I have a family now. It's now or never. I now need to move on and go and pursue what I really, if I want to be true to myself.
If you're really at a place where the politics are so fierce, if you don't know the same right person or you don't say the right thing and you're going to be fired, that's pretty.
But it's the concept of coach and walk, as well as doing a one-on-one. So I'm big in making sure that people get one-on-one time. From a child point of view,
I appreciate some of it. Now, some might argue, yeah, but he could only be that way if he was like that, and I don't necessarily agree. But I also don't think any of us need.
God, jeez, because their inclination to help you will diminish.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you're considered
subconscious mind. Yeah. So what I do every day night before I go to the
is not narrow focusing. Look at the bigger picture. Look at more that's around you. It's like.
Well, I think a big thing is we can just be there. I mean, after we listen, we can be there for people.
Well, there's several things. The key here is what's called open body language, where you use open-handed gestures. When you're pointing to someone, you say, what?
And it's all around the growth journey. How do we, and I guess just to summarize on this, there are two aspects of growth.
Interactivity, get the customer involved and engaged, so it's not passive. And also, when we were doing some research, and
we'd identify the gaps that existed between the two, and then we would develop a strategy, whatever the strategy happened to be.
The balance piece comes in. The balance is that last important pillar, and it's balancing a variety of things. We're balancing.
You can even listen while you're talking. Well, I'm talking now, but I'm looking at the way you're responding. I'm looking at the way you're reacting. When I speak, and I before
can be, on my way to give a presentation, I'll stop at a coffee shop, and as the person is handing me over the coffee, I'll figure out a way to.
What do I mean by location? Anything around location. Remember when we started chatting, Jason, before we went live, I asked you where you were in the world right now.
All the relationships you want to have in the future. And so some of them you've already written down, you're going to do it again, but others might be, gosh, I'd like to have that account, or I'd love to work with that person.